This is frozen North Span Lake. Yeah. As you can see, there's a fair bit of blue sky, which is really nice. Unexpected too. But there's still a lot of shade too, which interferes with pictures and videos, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, beautiful in here. Nice and quiet. I wouldn't be walking on that ice just yet though. Yeah, this early in the season, I always see people taking risks that they could regret, you know. They're the same kind of people you see in the news now and again, fall through the ice, and of course everybody feels sorry for them and all that stuff. But they got what they asked for, you know. I saw an interesting thing in the news the other day. There's this man who has a baby that's sick, and it needs a lot of money for to try and make it, try to get the baby through and to live. And someone put a sign up. I don't remember the exact wording, but they said something like that they should let the baby die because it's Darwinism, and that's what the natural rules and laws were before all this medical knowledge came to be. And you know, people were horrified, justifiably horrified, by someone putting that sign up. And I can understand that, because if it was my child that was sick, I wouldn't want it to. Would want it to have everything, the best medical attention available, you know. I understand that part, but I also understand this guy that was talking about Darwinism, you know. You know, we humans have overridden a lot of the natural checks that have been put in place to keep the human species from overpopulating like we have done, and look at all the problems that's caused now. And you know, babies, you know, of course, in the old days when there wasn't any medical knowledge, babies died all the time, you know. It's sad, yes, it is sad, especially for the parents. That's one of the worst things that can happen in a parent's life. It is the worst thing that can happen in a parent's life. And you know, I understand from that point of view, because I had a son of my own, and I certainly wouldn't want anything to happen to him, even now. But and he has children of his own, and I know he doesn't want anything to happen to them. But looking at it from a wider perspective, the advances that humans made in medical knowledge have actually worked against them in the long run. You know, it's very, you know, for someone to come out and say we should let the babies die, I mean, everybody would be horrified at that. I know they would. But from another point of view, it's what needs to happen, in my opinion. You know, because if that doesn't happen, you know, we are going to kill our ability to live on this planet, and eventually we'll all die anyways. So it does, you know, you're saving a little bit now to lose a lot later. You know what I mean? If you can see it from that point of view, you know, maybe a lot of people can't, but it's basically what I've been saying all along. You know. Yeah, I'm still following this Don Cherry story too, because I understand where he's coming from, you know. I really do. And Ron McLean comes on now and says, well, he doesn't think Don Cherry's a racist. Well, I don't either, but yeah, that's a little bit too late, Ron. You know, Ron picked his side, the company. I used to call those, when I was back in my working days, I was a union leader, and I used to call those kind of people company men, company kiss asses. Yeah. And I don't expect everyone to agree with me. This is my blog, and I state my opinion, just like Don Cherry did. But he stated his opinion on a platform of millions of viewers. So, you know, they're calling the, what do they call this, the way society's going now? I can't remember, they have a name for it now, just like they came up with this name for the polar vortex. People and their names. Yeah. Things were so much simpler when I was younger, you know. Anyways, I could go on and on and on, but I'm glad I had such a great time to grow up in. It was probably the best time in the history of humanity to grow up. Although, I think I would have done well back in the old Western days. Yeah. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm here now, and there's the sun. Look at that, eh? Beautiful. Yeah, I love that sunshine, especially in the winter. It's so rare. There's a lot of cloud around still, but there's a big blue spot over top of me right now. Yeah, this is going to be a long video. I better shut it off now.